I'm Mallikarjun Polampalli, and this is our group. So, as a group, we have done an assignment on Starbucks and Ethiopia dispute on coffee trademark issues. And besides me, Nishant, Sunita, and George, we all together contributed our assignment together. So, coming to the introduction part, so there is a dispute between the Ethiopian government and Starbucks between the filing of the trademark of the coffee beans. Ethiopian government want to increase the share revenue by applying for patent rights for the three coffee beans, especially for the Harar, Egrashefi, and Sidamu. The study looks into the case of dispute between the organization of Starbucks and Ethiopian on acquiring the trademark for the coffee in the light of conducting business in the country of Ethiopian. Ethiopian farmers do not get appropriate share of revenue from coffee. So Ethiopian files for coffee trademark for Harar, Sidamo, and Egrashefi. But the Starbucks and NCA, National Coffee Association, object to trademarks of Harar and Sidamo. The tribunal rules their objection over to provide trademark for Ethiopia. And the next slide will be explained by Nishant for key issues relating the what are the issues faced by the Ethiopian government. Yep.
So I'm going to talk about the key issues today. The main three key issues are low rates of profit for the farmers, USPTO and NCA views regarding trademarking of coffee, and inability to carry out geographical indications. Coming to the low rates of profit for the farmers in Ethiopia, farmers were leading to distress and coffee business is deteriorating, and mainly because of the middlemen. We're having more profits in coffee trade, which has led to disarming of coffee market in Ethiopia, and main problem of exports as coffee accounts of around 60%. And coming to the USPTO and NCA views regarding trademarking of coffee, the views where the US did not grant any rights to trademark coffee for Harar and Sidamo in the country, and mainly due to the trademarking of the coffee, the names of the coffee were lead to a major imbalance in the financial distribution in the business and revenues. Following to the last issue, the inability to carry out geographical indication is the Ethiopian government couldn't indicate the process of coffee rights in terms of economy. This will put an extra burden on farmers which they run the businesses independently, and which motivates them to have more businesses. And following to the issues, the next slide which I'm talking about is the arguments of the parties involved in the Ethiopian coffee industry. The first one is the arguments of the USPTO and NCA. The USPTO and NCA are backed mainly by the Starbucks company, which they claim the Sidamo and Hara gained too much popularity in the Ethiopian economy. The main point that the USPTO and NCA are arguing is that it will lead to the ill distribution of funds in the case of coffee business, and will be a major problem in the economy. Whereas the NCA was concerned about the revenue and will affect the industry and reduce the profits, which will lead to an organization disruptions, and set up system of the certification to ensure rights to the farmers were done by the USPCO and NCA for the aid of the farmers. And following to the second argument, which was done by the Ethiopian government, is saying that it is done by the independent farmers in the country, whereas the Ethiopian government believes that the certification would not help the farmers. Moreover, it puts pressure on the farmers and pay extra money. The major source of income in the country are by the means of export of the coffee in the industry. Moreover, the Ethiopian government says the main argument is the trademarking of the coffee in the US is to ensure the sustainability of the business in the country. And following next slide will be explained by Chinta.
Hello everyone. So my friend has already discussed about the key issues and the arguments. I'm here to present on the decisions of tribunal regarding the case. The first one is right given to trademark Harar and Sidamo. Starbucks decided to accept voluntary trade making of Harar and Sidamo and as Ethiopian coffees, and decided to incorporate brand the country's coffee. Second one is ruling against NCA and USPTO initially government was working against the government rules, regulations, and also against the farmers of Ethiopian. So that's why the tribunal decision was in favor of those farmers and also against the points that was raised by NCA and USPTO. And that's the reason why Starbucks have decided to work towards the benefit of those farmers and also the Ethiopian government. The next one I am dealing on is the importance of the case in the international law, as it is already understood that international mechanism for all the purchases and also the acquisitions of products, services, and intellectual property rights have affects the economy and also rules and regulation laws of another country. That's why this case has also very important role in international law. The first one is it helped in understanding the international businesses. The second one was helps in ensuring the processes of the international businesses, and the third one was it gave the appropriate guidelines to carry out the international trade. The conclusion and recommendation will be done by George.
Hi, this is George. And I will talk about the conclusion and the recommendations. This does helps to understanding the various different issues that may arise in the light of international trade and the legalities which are involved in the case if the trade. The study announces the case of Starbucks and the Ethiopia government and sheds light on the various different issues which arose in the context of the trademarking of coffee by the Ethiopia government. And next is recommendation. Yeah. In the light of the study, it can be understood that the company's function in a global context need to effectively maintain good relations with respect to the process with the countries that they function in or actual goods from. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
And reference.
These are the